Hey everyone, welcome to Week 3 of Brad Carroll's Game Day. I'm Brad Carroll, Executive Sports Editor of the Bristol Press and New Britain Herald. He's Anthony Della Calce, my co-host, and more importantly, a man who bounced back from a rocky start to the year to post a winning record last week. It's got to feel good to join me on the winning side.
It absolutely does feel good to join you on the winning side. 5-2 overall, 4-3 against the spread. I'm hoping for a better week this week.
Yeah, I'm aiming to continue my impressive start to the season. For the second week in a row, I pulled in a 5-2 record against the spread and a 7-0 mark overall. On the show, I'm 10-4 against the spread and 14-0 overall. I'm just hoping the wheels don't come off in the coming weeks.
Yeah, but if it does, it'll be entertaining for the rest of us.
Yeah, that's true. The third member of our team, Craig Carroll, had an outstanding week as well. Although he missed on his Miami upset selection, he did pull in a 5-2 record against the spread. As always, he'll join us at some point in the show.
I still vote that we fire him, but I guess we're going to have to wait at least another week before that can happen.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It was a great week for the three of us, but there was one team that had just about the worst Saturday imaginable. Even though Virginia Tech lost to James Madison last Saturday, they weren't the week's biggest loser. That distinction goes to Boise State. Why Boise State? It's simple. The Broncos' title hopes took a huge hit with Virginia Tech losing, as that opening victory over the Hokies doesn't seem so impressive anymore. Tech could still run the table and win the ACC title, but they didn't do Boise any favors with that devastating loss to James Madison.
No, they didn't do Boise any favors at all. Boise State was hoping to hang their hat on a big marquee Week 1 win against Virginia Tech. Now that win doesn't look like a marquee win anymore, and they may not be able to pick up another one as the season moves on. They're going to need a lot more things to go right for them to make that title game.
Who impressed you the most in Week 2?
It's got to be Oklahoma. After they struggled in Week 1, they just walloped Florida State. I did not expect that at all. Are the Sooners back now? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
For me, it was all about Michigan's Denard Robinson, who's gone from potential third-string quarterback to Heisman Trophy favorite. His running and passing has been exceptional in wins over UConn and Notre Dame. But most impressive was him taking his team downfield for the winning score in the final minutes against Notre Dame. If he keeps it up, he could be the most unlikely Heisman winner in history.
Yeah, he's come out of nowhere, really, to have such a great season. Michigan's off to a great start, and Robinson's the reason why. If he keeps playing like that, who knows how well Michigan could go this year.
Yeah, and we'll start this week's picks with the team Robinson beat, Notre Dame. So here we go, 7 games, 7 picks. Notre Dame, a 3.5-point underdog, travels to take on Michigan State in a primetime showdown. If Notre Dame won last week against Michigan, this would have turned into a mega matchup by the media because of the popularity of the Irish. But they couldn't get past the Wolverines, so the luster is removed as two unranked teams take the field. That doesn't mean this won't be exciting, though.
Yeah, I actually think it will be exciting. Michigan State always gives Notre Dame a great game. They're at home, but I still like what Notre Dame's been able to do even with their loss to Michigan last week. I think it's another great game between these two teams. I think the Irish come out on top 24-21.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth on whether or not to pick the upset here. The main stopping point for me is the health of Irish quarterback Dane Christ. If he was completely healthy, Notre Dame could win this game, but we probably won't know his full condition until he gets on the field. So I'm going with Michigan State in a close one, 27-24. Next up is the defending champion Alabama Crimson Tide traveling to Duke, a 24-point underdog in an afternoon game on ABC. I know this has letdown written all over it, but with Heisman winner Mark Ingram playing for the first time this season, the offense should roll.
Yeah, the offense should roll. The only good news for Duke is that their offense rolled last week. They scored 48 points, but they gave up 54 at Wake Forest. Who knows how many points Alabama could score? Alabama 50-10, Tide roll.
Yeah, Ingram will lead the Tide to an easy victory, 41-10. Next is Clemson taking on number 16 Auburn, a 7-point favorite, in a night game on ESPN. Auburn struggled on offense in the second half last week against Mississippi State and had to rely on its defense to close the game out. If that happens again, this could end in an upset.
It could end in an upset, but I don't see it that way. I don't trust Clemson in big primetime games. They've only played 2 cupcakes so far this season. They'd love to go down to an SEC team and get a big road win for the ACC, but I don't see that happening. I see Auburn winning this game 20-14.
Yeah, I hate the 7-point spread here as I peg this game as Auburn winning by exactly that. But I'm going to stick with the favorite and go with Auburn to win 30-20.
No chance.
The music.
We know what that means.
Craig Carroll's back.
Here we go, his Week 3 statement. With my Hurricanes losing on Saturday and my Jets losing on Monday night, I'm still in a foul mood, so I won't take any shots at these guys this week. It's a melancholy Craig Carroll.
Yeah, it is. It's nice that he's not going to take any shots at us, but I have no sympathy for his bad mood.
All right, I'll just get straight to my picks. Michigan State minus 3.5. Alabama minus 24, Auburn minus 7, Texas minus 3.5, Iowa minus 1.5, Florida minus 14. And for my game of the week, nope, it's not Florida versus Tennessee or Texas versus Texas Tech. For me, it's number 12 Arkansas at Georgia. Are Ryan Mallett and the high-powered offense of Arkansas really ready to compete for an SEC title? Well, we'll find out if they're contenders or pretenders this week. Although, mind you, that Georgia isn't that good. But for Arkansas, this will be a true test. Arkansas giving 2.5, wins 31-21.
Yeah, Craig brought up Ryan Mallett. He's had great numbers through 2 games this season, and he's supposed to be the guy to lead the Razorbacks to a great season this year. The Razorbacks' problem in the past has been stopping people on defense to win these big games, but Georgia's offense, they're still without A.J. Green, their big play receiver. I think the Razorbacks go on the road and get this game. They'll win this one 31-24.
Yeah, this could be a marquee game for Arkansas and Ryan Mallett. If he does good in this game, look to him to jump to the top of the Heisman race. Everyone knows my take on Georgia playing in big games, and I don't see any reason to switch that thought process. Arkansas gets a huge victory on the road, 21-20. Number 10, Florida is a 14-point favorite at Tennessee on CBS Saturday afternoon. Both Florida and Tennessee have struggled early on in the season, although the Gators won both of their games. Florida should be without one of its top playmakers in Chris Rainey, who was arrested for allegedly sending threatening text messages to an ex-girlfriend. This is a distraction the struggling Gators don't need.
It is a distraction they don't need, but under the leadership of Urban Meyer, I don't think he'll let it affect the way they play. The Gators really came on in the second half against South Florida last week. Tennessee, on the other hand, disastrous game, disastrous second half against Oregon, even though they were at home. They're at home again this week, but I think it's going to be more of the same. The Gators are just way too talented. They'll win this one easily, 39-14.
Yeah, Florida still hasn't found its offense, but should have enough to beat Tennessee. The crowd and a fired-up Vol squad will keep it close, though. Florida wins 28-20. In a huge late-night matchup, number 9 Iowa is a slight 1.5-point favorite at number 24 Arizona in the only matchup of the week that features 2 top 25 ranked teams. Both programs could make a big run this season if they get the victory. Iowa's a little more at stake as they have a legitimate shot at a BCS national championship.
This game really intrigues me. Arizona is one of those good teams not many people know about. They play out on the West. Not a lot of people watch them, but I promise you should all stay up to watch this game. With that said, Iowa, a lot of expectations. I don't think they're going to have a letdown this week. I think they're going to be able to go on the road. I expect some points to be scored in this one, but I like the Hawkeyes 32-30.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a little surprised that the spread is so low for Iowa in this game, which makes this an easy selection. Iowa gets a big win for the program and the Big Ten, 31-24. Finally, number 6 Texas is a 3.5-point favorite at Texas Tech in a primetime matchup. This isn't the same Texas Tech rivalry that has put together some truly amazing games in the past, as Colt McCoy and Graham Harrell are both gone. But that doesn't mean the Tech crowd will be any less crazy than they have been. It's going to be a great visual and hopefully a better game.
Hopefully it will be, but as you mentioned, Graham Harrell is gone. He's the guy who threw that exciting pass to Michael Crabtree a couple years ago to get that huge win for the Red Raiders. But both of those guys are gone. I don't think there's any magic for Texas Tech this time. Texas is just too good. They're going to win this game 37-30.
Yeah, Texas just has too much for Texas Tech and will take home victory despite the raucous atmosphere. The Longhorn wins it 34-27. With that, we wrap up another edition of Brad Carroll's Game Day. Be sure to check out the print version every Saturday in the pages of the Bristol Press and New Britain Herald, on my blog at bradcarrollgameday.blogspot.com, and don't forget College Game Day Rewind exclusively on my blog. And check out our websites next week for more video content. For Anthony, I'm Brad. We'll see you next week.